more inclined for facts. We want the facts of life. You want the facts? Well, you make the prison walls all the thicker. But learn how to penetrate the facts. And as you penetrate the fact, you must go to a certain objective beyond the fact. What do you want now? Well, then you go into the state of the wish fulfilled. What state? The state you decide. You determine what you want in this world, and you go right into that state. And then ignore the facts. Suppose the facts now still denies what you did. It doesn't matter. Let the facts remain. They'll dissolve. They'll all dissolve because you are going to remain faithful and you will occupy the state. No longer are you going to construct it and not occupy it. You're going to occupy the state. And as you occupy the state, it's going to work. You can do that with a job. A friend of mine in New York City, he came from out west. He was an engineer. And he said, Neville, I want more money and I want more responsibility. I want to work for a certain firm. I said, do you know where they are? He said, yes, on Madison Avenue. They do international work. They build bridges, they build dams, they build things all over the world. And I would like a job that would send me away because I would get 3 times the salary. I said, well, I'll go to the place and see where you would sit if you got the job there. Before they send you off, you'll work in the home office first, wouldn't you? I think so. Well, go up there and just take a good look. He walked into the place, picked out the desk, picked out the place, and then he assumed when he got back home, he was seated at that desk. And that was his job, and he named the sum of money, which was a considerable sum of money. He and his wife and daughter used to come to my meetings. Within a month, he was in that job, and within 2 weeks, he was on his way to the Near East, building bridges. We can penetrate the facts. The man imprisoned need not be behind bars. We are imprisoned by the things that we do. All right, we can break them. Break anything in this world. A man can be imprisoned by gluttony. He can break it if he knows what he wants. Maybe he doesn't really want to give it up. If he wants to give it up, let him create within his mind's eye a scene, a simple scene that if he had given it up, a friend or some relative would know. And he doesn't brag about it. They simply know. And it's a normal discussion that he has no longing for it anymore. He has no desire for it. Didn't take any drugs for it. Didn't do anything to beat it. They just simply, it wasn't there. Like certain taste that we have in this world, all of a sudden, you've had it, you've saturated yourself with it, and you don't want it anymore. All things are acquired. If you don't come into the world with these tastes, you acquire these tastes. You can acquire the taste of living in comfort. You can acquire the taste of living as a gentleman, as a lady. Acquire the taste. You want to actually live like a lady, live like a gentleman, with no pressure to pay the rent, no pressure to do these things. All right. Assume that you are that lady, you are that gentleman. Penetrate the facts. The facts tell you that you're not. You don't have it. Penetrate the facts and live in the state as though you had it. And may I tell you from experience, you'll have it. You will actually have it. Don't ask me how. The ways and means are contained within the state that you enter. So you enter a state, and it contains all that is necessary to externalize that state. So pick out your state, a lovely state, and go right into that state and dwell in it. I call that occupying the state and thinking from it instead of thinking of it. Just as you now think from your present state with all the facts around you to anchor you into it, get into another state all in your imagination, and the facts will appear to anchor you into that state. And the day you tire of it, you can get out of it and go into another state. You know, when you move into a new home or move into a new city, you have to actually adjust yourself to it. Well, you are the pilgrim passing through unnumbered states. The states remain, but you, the pilgrim, pass through them. Like a traveler passing through a city. The city remains, but you, the traveler, pass through it. So you go right into another city. You don't rub out the state. Poverty remains a state, when a man who was once poor moves out of it. So he moves out of poverty into the state of affluence. But he doesn't destroy the state of poverty. Anyone can fall into it. So Blake said, I do not consider the just or the unjust to be in a supreme state, but only to be in these states of sleep, which the soul may fall into in its deadly dreams of good and evil.